It's an interesting piece of wood. Kind of looks like some kind of paddle. But with the holes cut in it there, I'm not really sure. So I'm going to bring it home just because I like the design of it. Great little old train that just popped up. There's no question why they threw it away, that's for sure. But it might be interesting to bring it home and clean it up and just see how old it is. Get some of the junk out of it. Well, with that train, I just noticed we also pulled out a cool little buckle. Let me see, this looks a bit more like the swimsuit buckles I've been collecting. But of course, that is worthy of bringing home. Wait a second. What is trying to sneak past me here? Son of a gun. Not this time, buddy. Not this time. Unless I drop you. There we go. And that might be the first marble of the new year. Excellent. Well, it looks like we got a penny that was pushed up. As I was digging here yesterday and I never saw this thing. It just got pushed into view. I'm gonna guess it's a Wheatie, because it's typical for the age here. Yep, I can see the 1 cent on the back. And if I can turn them around, I might be able to get a little date out of that. Generally we're 1940s, and that's exactly what it looks like, 1940s something. Now these kind of finds are always fun, so I'm going to recreate how it went down. I saw this junky piece of lead sitting there, but it's a different color from everything else. So of course you're going to want to turn it over. And then all of a sudden, look at that. That is a bit more than a junky piece of lead. Now it's obvious why they threw it away, because it's destroyed. But for someone like me, that is a super, super find. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but it is a piece that I will bring home, take a nice shot of, and see what I'm going to do with it afterwards. I don't need to know right now. It makes sense that where you're going to find intact bottles, you're probably going to find more intact bottles. And where you find broken ones, you're probably going to find more broken ones. So this scoop pulled out, and I already washed this one off so you can see it. A wide mouth mason jar, self-sealing, Kerr. Not sure how old this one is. I'm going to say a little bit more on the later side, probably 50s or 60s, but I don't have one that shape. So that's coming with me. And if I showed you how many milk glass jars I have, you'd be questioning also how many more am I going to take back. So, although I'm probably going to bring that, at some point I'm going to run out of storage. Oh, you can start to see it. I just saw something awesome fall back into the mud out of my scoop. And I think you can see it now too. As of right now, it's looking very brass to me, but there's a small chance there's a small chance that we have a pretty interesting chain. I've never quite seen a chain design like that. Almost looks more like it's a window chain. I don't see any kind of clasp yet. But interesting nonetheless. What is going on here? All right. I'm going with its brass, but I will test it when I get home. Almost chucked this piece right away, but I think what we have here is the top of a cane. That's something I haven't found yet. There's a little, maybe possibly a thumb base. You don't often find one that comes out this intact. You can tell why they threw it away. There's cracks in it and chips in it. But look, it was monogrammed. How cool is that? Guess what? I got something here that's starting to clean out pretty good. Got a brown color to it. Looks like it's could be a weedy, but easily, oh yeah, it's cleaning right off. Look at the muck coming off of that, but looks like it's a good shape weedy. I get my hands in this cold water. Not as good as I thought. Not as good as I thought. But it's a weedy. Buried in there. To try and make out a date later. It'll warm up my fingers. Just wet in the water. Well, we got something in the scoop. Looks like it could be either a penny or a dime size. But it's got the color of, a little bit of color of silver. Let's see. Yeah, it looks a dime size. Oh. Yeah, it's a mercury. Found a little merc. Well, not much to say in my little trip because I can't be out here that long. But I'm breaking up a piece of concretion here because I like whatever is popping out here. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's got a lot of nice brass color to it. So instead of, there's something there too, instead of carrying this whole chunk home, I'm trying to break off a few pieces of it. Let's see what that is. As I started to clean this piece, its coolness factor kept going higher and higher. Although this took about a half hour with a wire brush to start to bring out some of this brass, it also brought out some of the kind of rudimentary form of it. I have no way of dating how far back this little pulley goes, but it certainly, to me, looks quite old. As I was going through the spoils of all that broken up concretion, I thought I saw a small coin, but when I picked up that coin, it showed up as a really, really awesome military button with the American seal on there.
That button appears to be one that was made in the 1850s, 1860s, but they also possibly used it during World War I. It's a Waterbury button, and I'm not really exactly sure on the exact date.
Well, sometimes you have to go after the big targets. Not a great target, but definitely a piece known for this area. I doubt it's old, but that's definitely a clam rake. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Can't carry it around. Got a clam rake. There's always so many cool places to explore when you're near the water, especially on low tide. What I'm walking through right now is usually about 8 feet of water. What pulled me down here was the mud on the bottom here, because I love to see if anything's sticking out of it. Now, the chances are slim, but it's worth getting down here and looking. Persistence pays off. I've been finding nothing but pennies in this little area. Some Wheaties, not complaining. But finally got a little higher tone, and we got something that looks silver. Let's reel it in. Oh, we can see it already. It's a Merc. There it is. Finally squeaked out of silver.
And somehow or another, when Paul videotaped this next piece, at this point right now, he accidentally hit the slow motion button. So although I laughed listening to his voice in slow motion, I'm not so sure you're going to find it quite as funny. But he did pull out finally a silver Washington quarter here. And if you can see it in the bottom left corner, that is a full silver quarter. And I'm going to throw up an actual picture of what one looks like in quite a bit better shape. And in this last clip, he realized that he had another Merc at home that he had to clean off to bring up the details.
John, my good friend, tell your wife the hunt is over. Look what just popped up. Oh, it's a poison iodine with the skull and crossbones on it. Oh my goodness. Well, 2023, here we are. This is a big one. This is one I've been waiting for. A tinked iodine with the skull and crossbones on it. What is cooler than that? Excellent. Super, super, super find. Oh, what a day. What a day. First one. What else is popping out over here? Oh, shotgun shell end. Huh. Don't get nervous. I don't do this with my fingers. Except for right now. Crazy. And we got another cool buckle. Brass. Now we got a nice little key that popped out. I think it's a Basco. That's what it says there. Probably 30s to 40s. Maybe a bank deposit key. Well, I felt something down there, and I think it finally popped up. I like the top of it. It looks like a cork top. And it looks like we have some embossing. The reliable old-time preparation for home use. Look at that bottle. Oh, prepared by something Farney and Sons Company. That is a fantastic find. Look at this guy. She was down deep. Great embossing, great texture to the bottle. All right, I haven't brought a big bottle home in a little bit, and this one's going to be perfect. All right, after a quick cleaning, I couldn't wait to video this again. The reliable old-time preparation for home use. It's a cork top. I still believe it was machine made. Yeah, because the seam goes all the way up. There are some bubbles in there and some incredible embossing. Prepared by Dr. Peters, Farney and Sons Company, Chicago, Illinois, USA. Look how cool the script is where it says prepared by and the Chicago part. Very, very cool. Well, I'll tell you what this looks like. The nice little anchor insignia there. It looks like it's almost the base of a chair or table to protect the wood, but it's made of glass, so I don't really know what this is. Now this is something I can like. I found a lot of pieces like this, this way they made bracelets back then. I'm gonna say this is 30s, 40s when the Native American motif was very popular, but that would have been a big bracelet with a lot of these links to it. Very, very cool piece. All right, we have a McHugh's Dairy here. It's a very local family bottle maker. I have a bunch of their stuff. And this particular bottle has quite a bit of bubbles in it, so it's an older version of the Dairy quartz. Nice little insignia on it. Still machine made, but on the earlier side. And that's a keeper. Well, sometimes the piece looks better when the dirt is in it. Brings out all the contour. Now, if I wash it, it still looks pretty cool. Well, I just had about a 45-minute dry spell. Did a whole section of washout and sifting, and I really got nothing out of there. So I finally said, all right, if this last scoop has a marble in it, I'm gonna go and look at what's sitting right here. I believe, if I can grab it, that is an awesome little marble. And my ticket out of here for today. It was a great day. You should do a skyline painting soon. Don't you paint anything else other than boats? No?
What?
What? Didn't you just hear what I said? Don't you paint? Oh. You forgot the caps on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there is one coming in. And he's He's on the hunt. He's on the prowl.
Picked up this interesting little piece while I was on the beach with my dad. I'm really not sure what it is, but that little lever does pivot on that joint, like it was a little handle. Give me any ideas you might have in the comment section of this video.